What's going on, guys? Death of an Era here, and today I'm bringing you Modern Warfare 3 Veteran Walkthrough. This is the first mission, Black Tuesday, and this takes place in the streets of New York City. The reason I have decided to do this series, so I'll break into that for a second. The reason I've decided to do this is because I've had a lot of difficulty with veteran campaign missions in the past. And basically, I have resorted to YouTube to watch a campaign mission of somebody else beat them, and it's actually helped me out quite a bit, so I'm hoping I can do the same for a lot of you that are having difficulties beating the campaign on veteran. As for the overall difficulty of this campaign, I really had no issues at all. There was a couple missions that I kind of died a lot, but for the most part, this was the easiest veteran campaign mission for me to walk through, and I don't know why that is. I'm assuming it's because my Call of Duty skill is obviously a lot greater than it used to be in the past. So this campaign was actually fairly easy for me to beat. I beat it in no time. So basically, that being said, I hope you guys do enjoy this series, and I hope it does help you out. So right here, immediately, you can see I hop out of the Humvee, and I'm just taking cover trying to pick off some kills. So what you want to do is basically get kills, move up, get kills, move up. And when it's clear, continue to move up, and you got to keep moving up, because if you just stay way at the back, your teammates are not going to move up unless you do so with them. So that being said, this is the very first campaign mission, and I actually recorded this separate from all the other campaign missions that I played throughout the series, basically. So that being said, this was recorded on Tuesday night, or Wednesday night, I think, right before the podcast, and actually during the podcast, I actually unplugged my audio out of the PVR just so I didn't hear echo when I was playing Modern Warfare 3 in the post-show, and I actually forgot to plug my audio back in. So every other campaign mission has no sound, and I really do apologize if that's really boring to watch, but if you guys are watching it, you're only watching it because you guys need advice, and the sound really shouldn't matter. So that being said, I'm going to commentate over a lot of it. I'm not going to commentate over a lot of it, or I'm going to commentate over a lot of it, but not all of it is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to come in at points where I think you guys need a hand and need to be told what to do, and at certain points, and basically what worked for me at this point. I died quite a bit throughout the campaign. I'm not saying I went flawless. So basically in these videos you will see a bunch of cuts within the clips. It may look like I'm trying to cut out my desk so it looks like I'm an amazing player. That's not the case. I'm cutting out my desk because, well, frankly, they're pointless to watch, and I just basically wanted to make the shortest video possible. So that being said, that's that. So when this Humvee comes in right here, take cover behind something, whether it's on the left side or the right side. He will kill you very fast, so I'd highly encourage you just to throw a grenade at him. My grenade actually does not take him out at this point. My teammates blew him up right before that with an RPG. So if you want to wait for the RPG of your teammate to take him out, then that'll work as well. So that being said, I hope you guys do enjoy this series, and basically I will pop in and commentate over bits and pieces throughout the whole mission on every mission within this campaign. And I hope it does help somebody out and help you out beating veteran. And please let me know in a comment down below if you did use this video and it did help you beat veteran, because yeah, just basically be nice to know if this actually helps somebody. So that being said, I will be back in a couple minutes with a little bit more advice for you guys. Alright, so right here within the campaign, this is basically the same strategy as the very beginning. Basically, take out all the enemies and move up as you can. Don't run up if there's tons of enemies. Make sure you're kind of clear. If there's one or two enemies, you should be able to run up to the next piece of cover. And just basically take them out as you're going so you don't get shot. Again, veteran, very quick death, so be careful of that. You can see here I'm laying down and using grenades to my advantage, and I do this a lot. I lay behind a lot of cover and I toss a lot of grenades and flashbangs. It really does help you out. If you're not a grenade or flashbang thrower, I'd highly encourage you to use them in veteran campaign. They can be very useful. So right here, run in the right side. Make sure you're clear again. I actually do get shot in the back in a couple seconds here, and I take him out, and I almost actually die. So make sure you are clear before you run in that door, just so that doesn't happen to you, because if I would have died there, I would have been pretty upset. Let's just say that. So when you come through that door like I just did, make sure to take some cover behind that couch if you're having difficulty shooting them, or just be prepared. Scope in through that doorway and make sure you have the upper hand basically when you meet up with them, and hopefully that works for you. Again, with this part, use the cover right here that I am using. It's kind of hard for me to take out these guys at first, but make sure you do take them out before you progress or you will die. And you're going to see here I'm going to get shot from the right hand side, and I have no idea where it's coming from for the first part, but it's actually coming way down there from the street. So if you have to take out those guys like I did, be sure to do that just so they don't catch you off guard again. And again, I'm getting shot from the left-hand side of the street, so I'm going to lay prone here. I'm going to toss the flashbang over there just to distract the enemies up front. And I'm actually going to switch to my hybrid scope and pick off one of these kids, and then I'm going to move up.
Truck, tighten up. Maintain the timeline. We need to hit the exchange. Multiple voices. Alley behind the door. Frost, toss a 9-banger.
Alright, right here, there's only 2 guys in this room, so they're pretty easy to take out. Flashbang does work, but you don't even need to use the flashbang. You can probably pick them off quick enough if you have fast enough aim. But flashbang always is probably your safest bet in this situation, so I would probably throw the flashbang just so you don't come across one of those unfortunate deaths.
Hold up. Shooters in the store below. Switch them off. Roger that.
Alright, so this part right here, I actually died once, I think, on this part. I'm not 100% sure, but basically clear out this room, the first few enemies, and then move into the room, down the stairs, basically. Basically from this you'll have a bunch of enemies swarm through the front door, so basically make sure you're prepared for this, and basically just take cover behind the cases, the jewelry cases here. They basically will be your best friend in this situation. So again, I use flashbangs, I use grenades, and I'm kind of just spraying through the glass here. I don't really know where the enemies are. It's kind of a desperation spray, I guess you guys could say. But just make sure this room is clear. There will be enemies coming for the next few minutes, and remember, at this point you actually do have an XM25 grenade launcher as your secondary, and I actually don't realize this until I'm pretty much out of ammo, so keep that in mind. The grenade launcher would work very, very well for this part, and you can just simply shoot it at the door, and you can probably take out 4 to 5 enemies at once if you have a good enough shot, so keep that in mind. I'm actually shooting my teammate here. I think he's an enemy, but that's okay. As for the friendly fire in the campaign, they're not as strict on it. You can get away with a few shots to your teammates, but if you put a lot of damage into them, they will die. So that being said, just keep that in mind. Make sure you don't shoot them in the back too often. Alright, and as you can see here, I'm progressing up the right side of the room, and I would encourage you guys to do that as well when you leave the room. Basically, all the enemies outside the door are to the left, so if you go to the right side of this room, you will have a better angle on them coming out. But there are ways back in the road, so keep that in mind. But it might be useful to you if you break out the right side of the room there.
Head west to the street. Go! Hold fire. Anvil team approaching.
Alright, and as you can see, I'm just looking for some ammo here. I think I ended up picking up an AK or something like that. But basically, once I pick up ammo, I'm going to progress out to the streets here. And then from the streets, you basically have to kill a bunch of enemies as well. So I will let you guys know when we are out there, and basically how I got past it as well. Alright, so you can see that I am breaking up the left side of the map right here, and the reason I do this is because this is where the most cover is, and there's a few enemies behind these orange barriers that you need to take out immediately, or it may result in a death. So I'd highly encourage you guys, run up the left side here, take cover where I am, and then pick off these few enemies that are in your way, basically blocking you from getting to the stairs. And my next point that I'm going to run to, I think it's right about now, I'm going to run across the street, and I'm going to actually go over to the stairs and pick off the enemies over there. And alright, you can see me take cover behind these little boxes. These were actually pretty useful to me, but just keep in mind there's enemies from all directions, so be careful where you are taking cover. As for these stairs goes, there is pretty much one enemy beside or behind every pole, so keep that in mind and make sure you take out all the enemies behind every pole before you progress up the stairs. And the reason I progress up the stairs in this situation is I want to get a better angle on all the enemies over by the door over there where I'm aiming right now, basically where the checkpoint is. So you can see here in a couple seconds I actually run up the stairs and I almost get caught off guard, I do believe, by a guy behind the pole. So again, just make sure the poles are clear and make sure you got no guys up there.
Building up ahead. Push forward. RPG! I have a visual.
Alright, and as you can see, I finally make my way to the stairs here, and this is just strictly for a better angle on all these enemies down here that you can see me trying to pick off. There's going to be a bunch of enemies running out those doors, so just stay there for a couple seconds, pick off a few kills, and when you feel confident moving up, I would highly encourage you to move up, or they're just going to keep coming out that door. So as you can see here, it's getting pretty thin, so I'm going to make a run for it to the right here. I'm going to take cover behind this Humvee, and then I'm going to use the additional cover right here to move up to the door. So I'd highly encourage you guys to do that as well, and just make sure your route is safe all the way through. I'm actually going to toss a flashbang in there because there was enemy shots coming, but my teammate actually did take him out at this point. So right here there is ammo crates, so I'd refill your ammo before you go upstairs because you're about to get into a pretty big heated gun battle.
Metal, let's roll.
Alright, and as you can see, we're kind of in this broadcast style of room, basically a bunch of booths. It's basically at the stock exchange. So basically my tactics for this, I didn't really have too many. I just moved up from booth to booth when I felt it was safe, when I knew I could get to the next one, and I basically just pushed my way through the room. Basically with this, make sure you watch all of your angles here. Make sure you're watching the far right, the far left. It really doesn't matter which side of the room you go across. I think they're both equally as difficult. The reason I went to the left is because I have no idea. It just felt more natural to me, I guess, at the point I was doing it. So as you can see, I'm kind of just laying prone, picking up kills, and then I'm going to basically make a push to the next booth. When I clear out the enemies again, I'm going to do the exact same thing, and I'm going to keep pushing through this room. Be sure to crouch down behind all the booths. They do crouch down, they will pop you up, and they will spray you down. So just make sure 100%, wait that extra 3 seconds to make sure nobody stands up from that booth before you run up. And as you can see, I safely make my way to the first booth, and I'm just going to sit here for a second, pick off a few more enemies, I'm going to push to the next booth, and so on and so forth. Alright, so I have taken down all the enemies, and you have to progress up the scaffolding here, and watch my bottom left. You can see a balcony down there with the enemies shooting at me, and I have no idea where they're coming from at this point, so just check down here. There's going to be a few enemies there. You are going to have to pick them up before you climb up the ladder, just because you will die. I guarantee it. So just take the extra couple seconds, take out these enemies, and just be alert when you're going up here, and make sure they're all dead, because they will probably pick you off when you get up here. So as you can see here, I get to the top and I'm shooting my teammates because I have no idea what's going on. But basically from there you can progress up this ladder, and then from there, I do believe this is getting near the end of the campaign mission. You can see I push up the stairs right here, take out these 3 guys very, very quick. The quicker you take them out, the better for you and the better off you'll be. And then basically from there you can progress up here. There's 2 more enemies. Take cover behind that lip on the stairs before you move up here. And there's going to be tons more enemies up here. And as for this situation, I really don't know the best tactics for this. I don't think that my tactics were the best. So basically use whatever cover you can, use it to your advantage. I use the air conditioning pop-up thing right here on the right-hand side that I'm aiming at. I actually run up behind this just to pick off a few kids. And just, again, make sure you take your time, make sure all the enemies are dead before you progress to the checkpoint.
Thermite on the jammer's power supply. Full cover.
Alright, and as you can see there, I threw back a grenade. So this can come in very useful in veteran campaign, just if you are scared to run away basically, and if you think you're going to die if you run away, you can always throw that grenade back because it is not cooked and you'll always have time to do it if you're quick enough. So keep that in mind. So you can see here I planted something on the tower, and I'm basically blowing that tower up and knocking it down. And that's basically it for this point in the mission. So I will be back in a couple minutes with the next directions. Alright, and you can see here I'm getting shot, and I'm actually just going to sit here and pick off a few enemies. I do not know if I do it at this point or if it's in this or Spec Ops, but I do believe there's a 50 cal sitting in the back on the ground behind you to your left-hand side. So if you want to go pick that up, feel free to do that. But the AK works pretty well for me for a bit. I'm not sure if I pick up the Barrett 50 cal or not. I guess we'll find out. No, this is the part where they give you Predator missiles actually. So the Predator missiles come in very useful as well, as you can see here. You basically wreck everybody on one roof with one shot. They're very effective. So basically just take cover, wait till you can call in the Preds, keep going. You can see here there's an enemy helicopter, so I actually take out the enemy helicopter before they take out me and my teammates. So that is going to be your second Predator missile shot. And I'm not allowed to call in any more apparently. So that being said, just keep picking them off with the guns here. Alright, and this is actually your friendly chopper. You got to make a jump to this whenever it'll let you, and jump into the helicopter, and this will basically be the last leg of the campaign mission. You're sitting here on the chain gun within the helicopter, and you got to kill a bunch of enemies. You got to take down a few helicopters, and it's pretty straightforward. Basically with this part, just shoot the crap out of everybody on the roof, and make sure there's nobody with RPGs or anything shooting at you. If you see explosive objects like red barrels, propane tanks, anything like that, be sure to take advantage of them, make sure they blow up, and make sure they do as much damage as you possibly can. So you can see enemy bird incoming. There's a few of these within here, so just continue to shoot them down really quick when you do have the time. So as you can see here, you got to take out a couple going down the streets. So take these guys out with your chain gun. They go down pretty quick if you're accurate. I'm not the most accurate, and they still went down pretty quick for me, so you shouldn't really have a problem with this. Alright, so you can see that I take down a few helicopters here, and I'm progressing forward. And this construction building, you have a couple helicopters you got to take down around this building, and it's kind of a good battle. So this one right here, for example, you move around quite a bit, you try to deke him out. You're going in behind the building, so you kind of have to shoot through the building. So eventually you will get him. You can see I kind of struggled for a little bit here with my aim, and in terms of shooting through objects, but you will get him sooner or later. Alright, and there we go. The helicopter is down. And he actually hits you on the way down too, so it's a pretty awesome cutscene. I love all the effects and the graphics in this game. They did a really great job. So as you can see, we're potentially going down, but just wait and see, actually. I won't give it away. Alright, and you do recover from it, so you don't die first mission. So if you guys thought you were going to die first mission, you're not going to die. This mission is pretty much wrapping down to an end, so I hope this was helpful to you guys. And please leave a comment and a rating down below if you did enjoy this video and if it helped you out. And as always, guys, thank you for watching.